Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark is seeking to assure skeptics that the announced changes to the automated banking machines standards that was announced recently will be effective. Now, this comes amid concerns that the measure lacks teeth because there are no financial sanctions that can be imposed. The new standards include requirements for deposit-taking institutions to ensure their ABMs are working 95% of the time. But the BOJ's warning that there will be no financial sanctions has attracted concern about whether the banks and other institutions will have any real incentive to comply. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark insists the BOJ's intended review and publication of monthly reports on the status of ABMs will provide consumers with a valuable tool.
What we'll be doing is empowering the customer and the individual with information. Part of the problem that exists now is that information is not available, and so institutions are able to get away. If we publish that institution X has 80 machines across the country, 20 of which were down for more than X hours, people are going to be able to direct their vote with their feet, so to speak.
Dr. Clark argues that publishing information on the automatic banking machines in different institutions will spur the institutions to compete to provide better service.
Jamaican's competitive bad enough, like you put 7 of them in a race, right? All we have done now is to we have put the lanes, right? We've painted the lanes, and we have defined the distance, and we have a starter with a gun. They're competitive. They're going to want to win on each of these metrics. They're going to want to say, I have the least downtime in the industry, or I have the greatest cash availability, or I have the most machines in the country. Yeah? So the putting them in competition, them knowing that it's being measured and published, all of Jamaica is going to be able to say for themselves, which one of them have the lowest downtime? Which one of them have the greatest cash availability?
In the meantime, the finance minister says legislation is coming that will provide for sanctions to be applied if the banks breach the new ABM standards.
Is legislation we're working on now to come forward in the Twin Peaks model.
The model will see one government agency regulating market conduct and consumer protection and another agency regulating the financial stability of the financial sector.
We are committed to bringing into life in Jamaica a regulatory institution that has not existed before, that we are proposing to come into existence, whose sole purpose is consumer protection and market conduct in the financial services sector.